opening sequence with mysterious ambient music and flashing images of various animals with specialized sensory organs. Welcome to a realm beyond human perception, where reality unfolds in dimensions we can scarcely imagine. I'm Dr. Eliza Wright, and in today's exploration of unusual science, we'll venture into the enigmatic world of weird animal senses. While we humans navigate our world through 5 traditional senses, countless creatures around us perceive reality in ways that would seem like superpowers to us. They detect forces we cannot feel, see colors we cannot imagine, and hear sounds that pass through our world completely unnoticed. What if I told you that the reality you perceive is merely a sliver of what actually exists? Our human senses, remarkable as they are, represent just one way of experiencing the universe. Imagine perceiving ultraviolet radiation as a vivid color, feeling the Earth's magnetic field guiding you home, or tasting the world through your feet. These aren't science fiction concepts, they're the daily reality for countless species sharing our planet. Let's begin our journey beyond human vision, where the electromagnetic spectrum opens up worlds of perception that remain hidden from our eyes. Birds soar through a landscape painted with ultraviolet patterns invisible to us. These ultraviolet markings appear on flowers, guiding pollinators to nectar, and on the plumage of birds, creating spectacular displays we can only glimpse through special photography. Many birds can see 4 primary colors compared to our 3, adding ultraviolet to their palette. This tetrachromatic vision reveals hidden patterns on berries, helps them track urine trails of prey, and may even allow them to navigate using UV polarization patterns in the sky. Even more bewildering is the vision of the mantis shrimp. While humans have 3 color receptors, these marine marvels possess 16 different photoreceptors, perceiving ultraviolet, infrared, and polarized light. Imagine colors beyond colors, dimensions of light completely foreign to human experience. The mantis shrimp doesn't just see more colors, it inhabits a visual reality so alien we lack even the language to describe it. At the other end of the spectrum, snakes like pit vipers and pythons peer into the infrared world. Their facial pits are essentially natural thermal cameras, detecting the body heat of prey with astonishing precision. These heat-sensing organs are so sensitive they can detect temperature differences as small as 0.003 degrees Celsius. A mouse can't hide in total darkness when its very life force radiates like a beacon to these remarkable hunters. Now, let us attune our exploration to the mysterious realm of sound, where frequencies beyond human hearing create hidden soundscapes teeming with information. Bats navigate through absolute darkness by emitting ultrasonic calls and interpreting the returning echoes, a sensory feat called echolocation. These sound waves, pitched far above human hearing range, paint detailed acoustic images of the surrounding environment. The sophistication of this system borders on the unbelievable. A bat can detect an object as thin as a human hair in complete darkness, distinguish between different insect species by their wingbeat patterns, and even adjust their calls to avoid jamming signals from other bats nearby. At the opposite extreme, elephants and whales communicate through infrasonic rumbles that travel for miles through ground and water. These low-frequency sounds, below our hearing threshold, allow these majestic creatures to coordinate movements, warn of dangers, and even possibly sense distant rainstorms or seismic activity. Blue whales produce calls so powerful and low that they can potentially circle the globe under the right ocean conditions. Imagine communicating with someone on the opposite side of the planet without any technology, just the natural capability of your voice. Perhaps most perplexing are the creatures who hear with organs we wouldn't recognize as ears. Some moths have evolved ears on their wings specifically to detect bat echolocation calls. When these ultrasonic signals reach a certain intensity, emergency evasive maneuvers are triggered instantly, often saving the moth from becoming a bat's dinner. Grasshoppers and crickets hear through organs on their legs. Salamanders have no external ears, but can detect vibrations through bones in their jaws. The very definition of hearing dissolves as we discover the myriad ways animals capture and process sound vibrations. The chemical senses, smell and taste, perhaps showcase the most bewildering diversity across the animal kingdom. Consider the silk moth, which can detect a single molecule of female pheromone from miles away. Their feathery antennae, exquisitely tuned chemical detectors, contain thousands of sensory neurons dedicated to this single task. This would be like a human being able to smell a drop of perfume from across an entire continent. Sharks detect blood in water at concentrations of 1 part per million, equivalent to a single drop in an Olympic swimming pool. Their sensory world is dominated by chemical signals that create detailed olfactory maps of their surroundings. Then there are creatures that taste in ways that defy our understanding. Butterflies taste with their feet, determining suitable egg-laying sites by stepping on leaves. Flies use taste receptors on their wings and legs. Octopuses taste their environment through the suckers on their tentacles, essentially tasting everything they touch. Snakes and many reptiles possess a vomeronasal organ, a secondary olfactory system that detects chemical cues and pheromones. When a snake flicks its tongue, it's collecting chemical particles from the air and inserting them into this specialized sensory organ in the roof of its mouth. The sense of touch reveals equally astonishing specializations. The star-nosed mole possesses what might be the most sensitive touch organ in the animal kingdom. Its star-shaped nose contains over 25,000 sensory receptors packed into an area smaller than your fingertip. This bizarre appendage can detect microscopic texture differences and identify prey in just 8 milliseconds, faster than a human can blink. It's one of the only examples in nature where we can actually see an animal's sensory organ actively touching in real time. Spiders detect the world primarily through vibrations. Their 8 legs contain thousands of slit sensilla, microscopic cracks in their exoskeleton that open wider when the surrounding cuticle bends. This allows them to detect minuscule movements in their webs and environment. A spider doesn't see a struggling insect in its web so much as it feels the distinctive vibration pattern, allowing it to distinguish between prey, a potential mate, or a falling leaf, even in complete darkness. Beyond the traditional 5 senses lie abilities so strange they seem to border on the supernatural. Yet these so-called 6th senses are firmly grounded in biology, even if they appear magical to our limited perception. Migratory birds, sea turtles, and even some mammals navigate using Earth's magnetic field, an ability called magnetoreception. The precise mechanism remains one of biology's enduring mysteries, but evidence suggests specialized cells containing magnetic particles act as microscopic compasses. Imagine perceiving compass directions as inherently as we perceive light or sound, an internal GPS that always points true north. This magnetic sense guides Arctic terns on 44,000-mile annual migrations with astonishing precision. Sharks, platypuses, and electric fish detect electrical fields through specialized organs called ampullae of Lorenzini. These electroreceptors are so sensitive they can detect the minute electrical fields generated by a prey animal's muscle contractions. A shark can find a flatfish completely buried in sand by detecting nothing more than the electrical signal from its beating heart. The platypus, with eyes and ears closed underwater, hunts through murky streams using electroreception to create a detailed electrical image of its surroundings. As we conclude our exploration of weird animal senses, I invite you to consider a profound question. How might our understanding of reality change if we could perceive the world through these extraordinary sensory abilities? The mantis shrimp, with its 16 color receptors, doesn't just see more colors. It inhabits a visual reality so fundamentally different that we cannot truly comprehend it. The bat doesn't just hear better. It constructs an acoustic universe that overlays spatial information onto pure sound. Each animal's unique sensory apparatus doesn't just reveal different aspects of the same reality. It arguably creates entirely different realities, distinct perceptual worlds overlapping in the same physical space. So the next time you observe an animal behaving in ways that seem mysterious, a bird suddenly changing its migration path, a dog growing anxious before a storm, or an insect performing its intricate dance, remember that they may be responding to sensory information completely inaccessible to you. Our human experience, rich and complex as it seems to us, represents just one way of perceiving the universe. Beyond our sensory boundaries lies a vast tapestry of realities, mysterious, alien, and endlessly fascinating. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of the weird and wonderful world of animal senses. Until next time, keep your own senses open to the wonders of science that surround us every day. Closing music and credits.